Swear again. Hello, what's going on? Like, comment, and subscribe. Post noties. Sub to the gram. Fuck with the TikTok. And pull up. Come on. Fam, do what we do, man. Really, it's my bad time. Weed made me sleep.
Rap fans only know Blac Youngsta because of his beef with Young Dolph, and most of them have no idea how wild and brutal his own story is. From ducking bullets at 8 years old to allegedly dumping 100 rounds at the ops, today we're breaking down the entire situation. Blac Youngsta came up on the south side of Memphis, one of the craziest cities in the world. The whole city has issues, but the south side is where it's the craziest. Crime and poverty are everywhere, and you never know if you'll make it back home when you walk out of the house. A lot of street rappers come from the struggle, but Blac Youngsta's was worse than most. Him and his brothers had to live with their grandparents who both had legit jobs, but it wasn't enough to even feed the family. Youngsta was always trying to look out for his brothers though, and he ended up getting his first job at a grocery store when he was just 10 years old. The job
10 is crazy. That ain't even legal, is it?
ain't pay much, but Youngsta was able to get more food to help feed his brothers. Anytime someone ordered food and didn't show up to take it, the store owners would just give the food to Youngsta instead of throwing it away. They ain't have anything to eat back home, and that's how Youngsta found his first hustle. He'd call in fake orders to the store just so the owners would give it to him and he could take it back to the family. Eventually the owners caught on to him, but they had so much love for Youngsta that they didn't even fire him. Unfortunately, the store ended up closing down for a while though, and that's when Youngsta got active in the streets. Even though he was just a kid, Youngsta wasn't just gonna sit around and watch his brothers go without food. So he hopped off the porch and started selling crack before he was even a teenager.
Hopped off the porch and started selling hard. That's fucked up.
Some dudes won't serve their own people when it comes to selling drugs. Youngsta wasn't like that though. Back then, his only goal was to survive and provide for his family. So he was selling crack to whoever would buy it. He even sold it to his own aunties and homies' moms.
I was selling crack cocaine. I was serving my aunties. I was serving my nigga aunties, my niggas' mamas. I was serving whoever.
When he first started moving weight, Youngsta always had good dope that he knew wasn't stepped on with anything crazy. He told Vlad TV that he regretted serving his own people, but he knew that at least if they bought it from him, it wasn't gonna be full of poison or anything. As he got deeper in the drug game though, that all changed and it led to all kinds of crazy situations. Youngsta realized that he could make a lot more money if he started moving bad drugs, so he stopped selling to people he knew and started ripping off everyone else like crazy. Selling fake bricks, aka fast bricks, was a quick way to get his money up, but it also came with consequences. One time he sold 3 fast bricks to someone for like $90K, and that's when Youngsta said he started getting into shootouts.
I started just getting deep into that shit, so the worst thing I probably went through is selling a nigga 2-3 bricks, making getting 90,000 out of a nigga something real fast back then because it was just a little cheaper. Getting 90, three of them motherfuckers, and nigga get where they going, find out it's fake, and become ready to kill me. I used to have a lot of shootouts and shit because I was selling nigga bullshit dope.
By that point, getting shot at wasn't
Fuck all that, dog. What's crazy, bro, is niggas do that, right? When you can sell, bro, 3 bricks of the same work, some real work, that same 90K, and come back, boom, 90K, 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 over and over again, bro, until y'all both rich. Fuck.
anything new to Youngsta though. In his Vlad TV interview, Youngsta said the first time someone dumped a clip at him was when he was just 8 or 9 years old.
When I first got busted, I was probably young as hell. I probably like, man, I was young, like 8 and 9 and shit.
Him and his homies had an issue with some older dude in the hood and they all jumped him. Getting beat up by a bunch of kids obviously had him pressed though, and the dude came back spraying an AK-47 at them. Getting shot at wasn't the only drama he had though. Youngsta spent a lot of time going in and out of jail too, and in 2011, he had to spend a year in prison. He had been rapping his whole life just for fun, but doing a year-long bid made him take it a little more seriously when he came back home. Youngsta already had a reputation in the streets, but when he came home in 2012, he started hosting massive block parties and really had his name popping in the city. His debut mixtape, Fast Bricks, dropped that year, but he wasn't out of the streets yet. Going to prison made him want to switch things up a little bit, but it took a massive loss for Youngsta to really leave it behind. Youngsta was ready to hop off the porch and hustle because he had to, but he didn't want his brothers following him into the trenches. 2 of them ended up getting active anyway, but his youngest brother listened to him, stayed in school, and tried to be legit. Unfortunately, it ain't matter to the ops though, and in 2015, he was tragically shot and killed.
I got 3 little brothers. He was the only one. Didn't want to be a part of the streets. I kept him in school, bought him new cars and shit. I just kept him in school, kept him out the way, so he can focus on school. And I was, somebody ain't not kidding him.
After his brother died, Youngsta didn't even want to rap anymore at first. All he wanted was to get back at
Condolences to your brother, man. That's some bullshit. The only one that ain't want to be involved in the street shit ain't make it out. Some bullshit.
the ops for him.
Man, when I lost him, I gave up on rapping. I was like, I'm through rapping. I don't want, man, fuck this shit.
Luckily, he eventually realized that getting deeper in the streets wasn't going anywhere, and that he should hop in the booth and go hard there instead. He dropped the track Heavy, and that's when everything started to change. The track is all about youngsters come up and making it out on top, with lines like, "What you know about growing up in the hood, and you ain't got nothing? Grandma feeding you neck bones and home-based dressing. Nobody feel your pain when you out here stressing. I used to be broke, now I'm heavy." Heavy popped off like crazy and caught the attention of Yo Gotti. Gotti hopped on the remix of the track and signed Youngsta to his CMG label right after. Before the year was over, Youngsta had already dropped his first tape with the label and was becoming one of the hottest new rappers in the city. Youngsta was blowing up in the industry, but he also proved his street connections were still there. A rapper named Shy Glizzy was performing in Memphis when some dudes affiliated with a Memphis rapper named Big Moda allegedly snatched his chain. Shy ended up getting the piece back, but that's only because Blac Youngsta stepped in to help sort it out. He was cool with Moda and his people, and he made a deal to get Shy's chain back for just 10 racks instead of 50. Youngsta was making crazy money from rap off the jump, but having so much cash also got him arrested. While he was out in Atlanta, Youngsta went to a Wells Fargo bank and took out $200K in cash from his account. They gave him the money and he walked out the door with no issues, but the cops was waiting for him outside. The bank recently had someone cash a fake check, so the cops were already hanging around. And when Youngsta walked out holding 200 racks, they rushed him and put his whole crew in cuffs. Eventually he got released, but the cops took $100K from him that he had to fight to get back. 2015.
What type of bullshit is that, you thieving ass, bitch ass, hoe ass, stinky ass bitches? That's crazy, bro. Come on, man. That weird ass shit.
2015 was crazy, but 2016 was another huge year for Youngsta. He dropped another tape that year with features from huge artists like Quavo, but it was his beef with Young Dolph that really had people talking. But before we get into why Youngsta allegedly rode up on Dolph with his crew and let off 100 shots, let's go back to where it all started. Yo Gotti and Young Dolph had street ties before Dolph ever hopped in the booth. According to rumors, Dolph was the plug for Gotti's brother back when he was in the streets. Dolph had a wild come-up moving weight just like Youngsta, but he decided to switch up how he moved after he got into a crazy car accident and almost died. He started going hard in the booth and was getting a lot of shine on his name. Dolph was always looking at the bigger picture though. He didn't want to just be a hot rapper. He wanted to take over the whole industry with his name, and in 2010, he started his own label, Paper Route Empire. Dolph dropped a collab tape with Gucci Mane in 2013, and that's when Gotti reached out to sign him. Linking up with Gotti would have been huge for Dolph in the whole city of Memphis, but he turned him down because he wanted to make his own lane in the game. At first, it seemed like Gotti respected the decision and there wasn't any drama, but in 2016, that all changed. In February 2016, Dolph released his debut album, King of Memphis. According to rumors, Gotti was pressed over the title because he had already called himself the King of Memphis. It's not clear what was going on behind the scenes, but Dolph made the beef public when he tweeted, "Growing from being my #1 fan and wanting to sign me to being my biggest hater. #facts." Blac Youngsta hopped on social media
Niggas talking that shit, my boy. If you know, you know.
and said he was gonna slap Dolph when he saw him. And that's when Dolph clapped back and aired Gotti out for sending
This is the next.
his artists in to do his dirty work. Then Dolph took shots at Youngsta and Gotti on the remix of Ready by Trouble and raps, "All of my niggas, they ready. Y'all some pussies, you scared. All on the internet telling, trying to have a real nigga gelling. This shit around my neck so heavy, I'ma keep dripping sauce, spaghetti." Everyone linked that line to Youngsta's track Heavy. And later in his verse, Dolph took more shots with, "Any nigga that record when it's time for gangsta shit, he the police. And I fucked your boss man baby mama, same hotel for 4 weeks. Never send a little boy to take care of grown man business. If I was you, I'd be mad at me too, so I ain't tripping." Youngsta was still pretty new to the rap game,
Fuck.
but he clapped right back with the track Shake Some. He called Dolph out by name and rapped, "Fuck nigga, lil nigga, young Dolph Thornton, wanna play ho, I'm on
Government.
tour with the K ho, Mac 11, Smith
Put
&
his
Wesson,
name in
extended
there.
clip, 100 rounds on a Draco. How the fuck you the king of Memphis? You ain't from the city, you from Chicago. Fuck boy, you better lay low. Killers move when I say so. My little nigga Rob, instead he killing, raping niggas' mamas and shit, little nigga.
What?
Gotti never hopped in and dropped a diss track, but that ain't stopped Dolph from taking it to another level a few months later with the song Play With Your Bitch. He took even crazier shots at Gotti and Youngsta with lines like, "Don't play with me, ho Gotti, you a hoe, man. You went from my biggest fan to my biggest hater. Begging me to sign with you, but I had too much paper. Still that same nigga that used to front your big brother. Found out he a bitch too, now I call him your big sister. And they said that pussy niggas on your team are on your drawers. They say you make the pussy ass niggas call you boss, but they can't call you king because that's Dolph." The track was wild, but the music video was so disrespectful, it allegedly led to Blac Youngsta trying to kill Dolph. In the video for Play With Your Bitch, Dolph steals a girl from a Yo Gotti lookalike, and just one day after it came out, someone shot his SUV over 100 times while he was touring in North Carolina. Luckily, nobody was hurt because Dolph knew how to move smart and had the whip bulletproof. Blac Youngsta and two of his homies ended up getting booked for the shooting, and Youngsta accused Dolph of snitching on him when he dropped the track Bulletproof and rapped, "If you got love for me, can you at Young Dolph and tell him don't show up? I'm just saying, homie, why you getting people's statements? Why you rap about that shit so your album would go crazy? Niggas do anything for the album sales. Fuck everybody that say that I'll fail. They say when I die, I'ma go to hell. You lost your bet if you bet that I'll tell." In 2019, the charges were finally dropped and Youngsta skated on the case. But that wasn't the only time he was involved with gun violence. Back around 2013, Youngsta still had a foot in the streets. One day he was chilling on the block with his homies, and that's when the ops pulled through and started letting off shots. Youngsta got hit 3 times, but he told DJ Vlad that the first thing he did after the rounds hit him was call his homie up to bring him his gun. Youngsta didn't even know who shot him or if he was really who they wanted to take out. But in another video, he said that by that point, he had already killed more than 3 dudes, so taking 3 bullets and surviving
He said what?
was a blessing. It's not clear if Youngsta was actually involved with any hits, but he's always been about that life. There's even a clip of him pulling out a Draco in the middle of a concert after some dudes in the audience disrespected him. While the drama with Dolph and everything else was still going on, Youngsta kept it pushing in the industry too. In 2017, he started his own imprint under CMG called Heavy Camp and signed his brother Heavy Camp TD to the label. Having his own brother pop off in the rap game too would have been a huge win, but in 2019, Youngsta suffered another massive loss when Heavy Camp TD was shot and killed in Miami. Having another brother get murdered was a tragedy, but Youngsta didn't let it slow him down. And in 2020, he reminded everyone that the beef with Dolph wasn't over yet. He posted a video on Instagram previewing some new music, and at the end of the clip, he opened up the door of the whip he was riding in and started letting off shots into the air. Then he captioned it with, "Add Young Dolph, fucking with my gang gon' get your shooter shot." Dolph didn't send any more disses back though, and in November 2021, he was tragically shot and killed in Memphis. Rumors started flying immediately that Gotti and CMG was involved, but it don't look like there's any evidence behind the story. 4 dudes got booked for his death, and right now it seems like they don't have any connection to Gotti or Youngsta. A dude named Jamarcus Johnson was charged with helping the dudes who killed Dolph after it went down, and he pleaded guilty and agreed to testify during the trial. If any of them had a connection to Gotti or the rest of CMG, Johnson will definitely air it out in court, but for now we'll have to wait until the trial actually starts. Even if Youngsta wasn't involved with Dolph's murder, he hasn't stopped dissing him after he died. A month after Dolph was killed, Youngsta dropped a video for his track I'm Assuming and rapped next to a tombstone with Dolph's last name Thornton on it. On the track, he also allegedly took shots at Dolph when he rapped, "All that throwing them slick shots on the gram, that's how you end up dead. And I don't got no love for no pussy nigga, I want off with his head. And I don't give no fuck about what you rap, you know my ops they bled. I done bust out shots for other niggas, cause other niggas was scared." That same month, Youngsta caught a lot of hate on social media when the video came out showing him perform his Dolph diss track Shake Some at a show in Texas. A lot of people thought he was taking it too far, but Youngsta clapped back and said, "I come from the heart of South Memphis where you get no sympathy, don't even know what that is. With that being said, I could give 2 fucks what the world think about me." After all the social media drama, there were rumors about Blac Youngsta getting dropped from CMG because he was causing too much trouble. Gotti was quick to jump in and squash it though. He said that he'd been seeing too much capping from the blogs and tweeted, "Lil bro a boss, he can't be dropped." Youngsta made it clear he wasn't worried about upsetting people. He survived the wild streets of Memphis to become a millionaire in the rap game and wasn't gonna take criticism from anyone. But unfortunately, he still wasn't done taking losses in the street. In August 2023, Youngsta's little brother, Temanuel Benson, was shot and killed at a gas station in broad daylight. It's not clear what went down before the shots started going off, but the cops charged a dude named Randy Ewing for the murder. After the tragic news broke, Youngsta hopped on Instagram to pay tribute to his brother and wrote, "I'm gonna make the world pay. I swear to God, nobody's safe." Losing 3 brothers to the streets is devastating, but it's clear at this point that nothing is gonna stop him. Right after his 3rd brother was killed, Youngsta dropped his 3rd album of the year. On the last track, he allegedly referenced the loss and told his fans, "Keep your motherfucking head down. Keep your head up, nigga, no matter what going on. Be careful out here. Stay dangerous and be safe at the same time. Be smart, move wise. Black sheep." It's not clear yet why his brother was killed, but hopefully Blac Youngsta don't crash out and get himself locked up again or killed. He already suffered a lot to make it out of the streets, and hopefully this situation doesn't pull him back down into the trenches.
That's fucking crazy, man. Y'all know what's going on. Like, comment, and subscribe, bro. I'm gonna see y'all in the next